Alright.
Live on YouTube, starting now. Are we good?
Screen, and so you're set to go.
All right. Click to start. I'm starting. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Hello, my name is David Olshan of Nevada Legal Services. We're going to be talking about how to contest a 7-day pay rent or quit notice and how to defend your against your landlord's attempt to evict you for non-payment of rent. All right. The purpose of this presentation, we've done it for 3 weeks in a row, and let me tell you, I can feel it. The purpose of this presentation is to stop a non-payment eviction. Hopefully, you can apply for rental assistance and save your tenancy, pay the landlord off, and live happily ever after. What we want you to do, though, what the takeaway is, apply for that rent assistance. It's there to help you pay the landlord and solve this non-payment of rent issue that's pretty much existed throughout the pandemic. You are going to file your affidavit in the Justice Court in your township. The 7-day notice that you receive from the landlord, the 7-day pay rent or quit notice, must have that information in it, the township in which you reside. Could be Reno, could be Las Vegas. You know, you could live in North Las Vegas and you would go to that township, that Justice Court. You could live in Good Springs or Gabbs or Fernley or anywhere else, but check your notice. It will say where you go to file your affidavit in response to the 7-day notice and contest the eviction. All right, when? You must file your affidavit to contest the eviction within 7 days of receiving the 7-day notice. That's why we call it a 7-day notice. You don't count the day you receive it, and then you count each successive day, excluding weekends, holidays, and other days the court is closed. Henderson has a 4-day week, so you're only going to count 4 days during the week and exclude Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Las Vegas and North Las Vegas are open 5 days a week, and so you count all 5 days. You don't count Saturday and Sunday, and other days the court is closed. The next holiday that we have is Memorial Day. It is September 6th. Why do I know that? Because I am a diligent person, not because I have a photographic memory. But yeah, so the next non-judicial day is Memorial Day, and that Monday, September 6th, you wouldn't count it. We do have some examples, and these examples were based on the end of the CDC moratorium as we thought it would end. So if the landlord served you on August 1st, Sunday, August 1st, you don't count Sunday, you count Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you have 2 days into the next week. So Tuesday, August 10th would be the day that you file your affidavit. That's the last day, close of business at the court. Sometimes it's 3 o'clock, sometimes it's 4 o'clock. So call your court or look online because you will see when the last moment to file. I wouldn't wait till the last moment. There are technical problems. So I would try to file maybe a day early just to make sure it's filed. There is one sort of problem with counting. Let's say you get served on Friday. Friday, you don't count the day you served. You don't count Saturday and Sunday, but you count Monday. So if you're served on Friday, August 6th or Friday, August 20th, which is coming up, you have that full week plus an additional 2 days. So if you were served on the 20th, your affidavit would be due on the 31st. All right. Generally speaking, when we deal here at Nevada Legal Services with a non-payment notice, we're looking for defenses. The straightforward defenses are you paid the rent or tried to pay the rent, but there is sort of a broad area that provides other defenses, like a habitability issue. You complained about habitability, you waited 14 days and you withheld the rent. That's a defense to the eviction. You have to deposit your rent with the court, but if you do, you'll have a defense. You also have retaliation. You complained about a leaky faucet and the landlord, instead of fixing the faucet, gave you a 7-day pay rent or quit. Now, in certain circumstances, that would be retaliation and that would be a legal defense. Generally speaking, during this pandemic, people owe a ton of rent. So really, the only defense that you should be concerned about is that you've applied for rent assistance. And under AB 486, applying for rent assistance is a defense. The court has to stay or stop the eviction until that rent assistance is paid to the landlord. And if it is, perhaps it'll cure the 7-day, the money that's alleged in the 7-day notice. So you have generally defenses that apply during most of the time. Under AB 486, you have the additional defense of I've applied for rent assistance. And that's why it's so important to apply for rent assistance, because that's a defense. Now, if you do receive rent assistance, you still have the CDC moratorium protecting you. It does apply in Clark County and Washoe County. So you could actually combine those, the applying for rent assistance and then the CDC moratorium. Other than that, you can file for bankruptcy protection. It will protect you for a short period of time. There might be some other reason that I haven't covered, but those are the main reasons. Those are the main defenses to a 7-day pay rent or quit notice. All right, so Clark County has a form that you can use in other jurisdictions in Southern Nevada. It's not the best form, but it's a form that you can use, and I'm going to be going through it in a couple of slides. Northern Nevada, we have forms that you can use. Go to our website, NLS Law, Know Your Rights, Housing. You can find that affidavit form. We've incorporated AB 486 and the CDC defense into our form. So you can use that in Northern Nevada or anywhere else besides Southern Nevada. All right, so this is the Southern Nevada form. Again, we were talking about the township. You're going to put the township in which you live at the top. You're going to put your landlord's name. Don't worry if you don't know the actual person or the corporation name. Usually it's like ABC Apartments or Whistling Willows Apartments or whatever. That is sufficient for your purposes. Put the name of the apartment complex in the second line. Put your name, address, phone number, email, all your contact information, because the court is going to contact you when and if the landlord files an affidavit of complaint. So you want to give the court as much information to contact you, because they will notify you when your hearing is, and you must go to the hearing or you will lose. So the first line, you're going to put your address, paragraph 1. Second line, you're going to check whether you have received rent assistance or not. Most of you won't. If you do receive rent assistance, it's going to come in the form of a Section 8 housing voucher or conventional housing with the Southern Nevada or Reno Housing Authority. You'll know if you're subsidized or not. I don't even know why that box is there. It's there in Southern Nevada. So check it if you do receive housing assistance, but more often than not, you're not going to have any rent assistance, any government Section 8 or conventional housing assistance. All right, so you're going to request mediation. Mediation is required in AB 486. The court has to send it to mediation if you've applied for rent assistance and you check the box, or you should check the box. At a minimum, it's going to delay the eviction for 30 days at the most. So you want to check that box. You're also going to check your preference for mediation, whether it's phone, video conference, or in person. I mean, to protect yourself and your family, obviously it should be phone or Zoom or some other format. I think they use Blue Jeans over at Clark County, the court system. Who is going to participate and how the mediator can contact you. Again, request mediation because it's going to delay the eviction and give you an opportunity to get rent assistance or pursue other options like for moving out or getting help from relatives or something along those lines. All right. So paragraph 4, you're going to check the box of hopefully you're going to check the box that says you're applying for rent assistance under AB 486 that will provide a defense. You're going to check whether the landlord participated, whether it's been accepted. It's pretty straightforward. I paid my rent in full. Check the appropriate box. You have to check these boxes because the court is going to look for a defense. And if you don't check a box, you're only left with sort of speaking in court. And you really don't want to rely on that. Sometimes a court sometimes the hearing master or judge won't have time to listen to you. So you want to put it in your paperwork, and you want to check the appropriate box that applies to you. All right. We're going to talk about other defense, because sometimes your affidavit won't have any of the stuff that I talked about. So you're going to check other defense. I applied for rent assistance, and AB 486 protects me from eviction. That could be your defense. I want the judge to hear the facts of my case. That is not a defense, but you are entitled to a hearing under 40.253 paragraph 6, no matter what you say in your affidavit. So you can say, the sky is blue and I'm full of joy. That entitles you to a hearing, and a judge or court can't deny a hearing because of what you put in your affidavit. Finally, you're going to put a date on it. You're going to write your name, and then you're going to sign your name, and your affidavit will be done. Once it's done, you file it with the court, and you also have to mail a copy to your landlord. If you don't know where the landlord is, it should be in your lease. 118A 260 requires that. If you don't have a lease, or the lease does not address it, you're going to serve this affidavit form on the person whoever signed the lease. Nevada law allows notice for the person who signed the lease, so that complies with Nevada law, and so that's sufficient. But when you get that affidavit form, you have to mail it to the landlord. That's part of the process. All right, so you must file your affidavit with the Justice Court. There is e-filing that's required in Las Vegas, Reno, and Sparks. Other jurisdictions, you're going to file in person. Just wear a mask, be protected, because many courthouses require a mask. If you have questions, call the clerk of your township. Sometimes you can't get through, but if you can, they'll tell you exactly what you need to do to file your affidavit. We have information, e-filing instructions for Las Vegas Justice Court and for Washoe County Courts. Those links are going to be on our YouTube channel. So if you want to e-file, you can, and if you need instructions, instructions are there. If you have questions, problems, landlord-tenant issues, habitability problems, call us at Nevada Legal Services, or do an online intake at nlslaw.net. And Brianna, if I have questions, I'll try to answer those.
I am looking for questions right now. There appears to be no questions as of right now.
All right. So post a comment on our YouTube channel. If you do have a question, I try to answer those every day. And that should do it for now. Thank you.
Bye, David.
Goodbye.